What is the first commandment? The first commandment is, Thou shalt have no other gods before me.
Exodus 20, verse 3.
Thou shalt have no other gods before me.
What does the first commandment teach us? The first commandment teaches us to worship only God.
Matthew 4:10.
Then saith Jesus unto him, Get thee hence, Satan, for it is written, Thou shalt worship the Lord thy God, and him only shalt thou serve.
What is the second commandment? The second commandment is, Thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image or any likeness of anything that is in heaven above, or that is in the earth beneath, or that is in the water under the earth.
Exodus 20, 4 through 6.
Thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image, or any likeness of anything that is in heaven above, or that is in the earth beneath, or that is in the water under the earth. Thou shalt not bow down thyself to them, nor serve them. For I, the Lord thy God, am a jealous God, visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children unto the third and fourth generation of them that hate me, and showing mercy unto thousands of them that love me and keep my commandments.
What does the second commandment teach us? The second commandment teaches us to worship God in a proper manner and to avoid idolatry.
Exodus 20, 23.
Ye shall not make with me gods of silver, neither shall ye make unto you gods of gold.
Deuteronomy 6, 13 through 18.
Thou shalt fear the Lord thy God, and serve him, and shalt swear by his name. Ye shall not go after other gods, of the gods of the people which are round about you. For the Lord thy God is a jealous God among you, lest the anger of the Lord thy God be kindled against thee, and destroy thee from off the face of the earth. Ye shall not tempt the Lord your God, as ye tempted him in Massah. Ye shall diligently keep the commandments of the Lord your God, and his testimonies and his statutes, which he hath commanded thee. And thou shalt do that which is right and good in the sight of the Lord, that it may be well with thee, and that thou mayest go in and possess the good land which the Lord sware unto thy fathers.
Ephesians 5:5.
For this ye know, that no whoremonger, nor unclean person, nor covetous man, who is an idolater, hath any inheritance in the kingdom of Christ and of God.
Colossians 3:5.
Mortify therefore your members which are upon the earth, fornication, uncleanness, inordinate affection, evil concupiscence, and covetousness, which is idolatry.
What is the third commandment? The third commandment is, Thou shalt not take the name of the Lord thy God in vain, for the Lord will not hold him guiltless that taketh his name in vain.
Exodus 20, verse 7.
Thou shalt not take the name of the Lord thy God in vain, for the Lord will not hold him guiltless that taketh his name in vain.
What does the third commandment teach us? The third commandment teaches us to reverence God's.
Psalm 29:2.
Give unto the Lord the glory due his name. Worship the Lord in the beauty of holiness.
What is the fourth commandment? The fourth commandment is, Remember the Sabbath day, to keep it holy.
Exodus 20:8 through 11.
Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. 6 days shalt thou labor and do all thy work. But the seventh day is the Sabbath of the Lord thy God. In it thou shalt not do any work, thou, nor thy son, nor thy daughter, thy manservant, nor thy maidservant, nor thy cattle, nor thy stranger that is within thy gates. For in 6 days the Lord made heaven and earth, the sea, and all that in them is, and rested the seventh day. Wherefore the Lord blessed the Sabbath day, and hallowed it.
What does the fourth commandment teach us? The fourth commandment teaches us to set one whole day aside for God.
Leviticus 19:30.
Ye shall keep my Sabbaths, and reverence my sanctuary. I am the Lord.
Deuteronomy 5:12.
Keep the Sabbath day to sanctify it, as the Lord thy God hath commanded thee.
What do the last 6 commandments teach? The last 6 commandments teach our duty to fellow man.
Exodus 20:12 through 17.
Honor thy father and thy mother, that thy days may be long upon the land which the Lord thy God giveth thee. Thou shalt not kill. Thou shalt not commit adultery. Thou shalt not steal. Thou shalt not bear false witness against thy neighbor. Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's house. Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's wife, nor his manservant, nor his maidservant, nor his ox, nor his ass, nor anything that is thy neighbor's.
Matthew 22:39.
And the second is like unto it. Thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself.
What is the 5th commandment? The 5th commandment is honor thy father and thy mother, that thy days may be long upon the land which the Lord thy God giveth thee.
Exodus 20:12.
Honor thy father and thy mother, that thy days may be long upon the land which the Lord thy God giveth thee.
What does the 5th commandment teach us? The 5th commandment teaches us that God blesses those who love, honor, and obey their parents.
Romans 13:1.
Let every soul be subject unto the higher powers, for there is no power but of God. The powers that be are ordained of God.
Ephesians 6:1 through 3.
Children, obey your parents in the Lord, for this is right,
Honor thy father and mother,
which is the first commandment with promise,
that it may be well with thee, and thou mayest live long on the earth.
What is the 6th commandment? The 6th commandment is, thou shalt not kill.
Exodus 20:13.
Thou shalt not kill.
What does the 6th commandment teach us? The 6th commandment teaches us to avoid anger and injury to others.
Genesis 9:6.
Whoso sheddeth man's blood, by man shall his blood be shed. For in the image of God made he man.
1 John 3:15.
Whosoever hateth his brother is a murderer. And ye know that no murderer hath eternal life abiding in him.
What is the 7th commandment? The 7th commandment is, thou shalt not commit adultery.
Exodus 20:14.
Thou shalt not commit adultery.
What does the 7th commandment teach us? The 7th commandment teaches us to be pure in heart, language, and conduct.
Matthew 5:27 through 30.
Ye have heard that it was said by them of old time, Thou shalt not commit adultery. But I say unto you, that whosoever looketh on a woman to lust after her hath committed adultery with her already in his heart. And if thy right eye offend thee, pluck it out and cast it from thee. For it is profitable for thee that one of thy members should perish, and not that thy whole body should be cast into hell. And if thy right hand offend thee, cut it off and cast it from thee. For it is profitable for thee that one of thy members should perish, and not that thy whole body should be cast into hell.
Ephesians 4:29.
Let no corrupt communication proceed out of your mouth, but that which is good to the use of edifying, that it may minister grace unto the hearers.
Ephesians 5:3 through 4.
But fornication and all uncleanness or covetousness, let it not be once named among you as becometh saints. Neither filthiness, nor foolish talking, nor jesting, which are not convenient, but rather giving of thanks.
What is the 8th commandment?